So we're going to practice tonic triads. Exam paper question. Grade 2. So we're going to apply what we learned on the exam, on the paper question, on the exam question. Keep in mind, fellas, what the exam question does is that it checks your knowledge from a couple of different angles. So they ask the question in a couple of different ways. You see what I mean? Now, question says, write the tonic triads named below. Do not use key signatures, but remember to put in any necessary accidentals. Okay, so they give you the clef and they want the tonic triad of A major. So you have enough elements there to write the tonic triad of A major. You have the clef. In your mind, you have the scale of A major, and you have the tonic triad, the three notes that make the triad of A major, so you can write it down. Now, my question to you is, what are the three notes from bottom to top of A major tonic triad? What's the bottom note? What's the tonic?
A.
What is the next note? What is the third?
C.
C. C. Something's missing. It's A major.
No,
That C is sharp. What's the last note? What's the fifth of the chord?
E.
E. See, in your mind, you go, okay, scale of A major. A, B, C sharp, D, E.
Yeah.
And then you pick the root of the chord, the tonic, the third, and the fifth. And that's A major. If you forget the sharps or flats,
Yeah. Wrong.
now, next, they give you the bass clef, and they now want A minor. So in your mind you go A minor. What's the first? What's the first five notes of A minor?
A.
A. So A. We have it at the bottom.
C.
Now this time you're right. It is C natural in A minor. And then,
E.
and there you go. Next one up. They give you the bass clef, and they now want B flat major. They now want B flat major. Now, I've been writing the notes. Right? Maybe I want to make sure that you know where the notes are. So, first, name the notes first. What's the first note of B flat major, the triad B flat major? What's the tonic? What's the root? What's the tonic?
B.
B,
Flat.
B flat. Where do I put it? Here? There, 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 there. Where do I put it?
Bottom. There.
This one?
There.
No, that's G. It's here.
Right.
That's B flat.
B flat.
Next one is
D.
D, which is, you see, the next line
Yeah.
up,
And then F.
and then F. B flat major. Next one up. They give you treble clef.
Right.
And they now want F major. So, name the notes.
F.
F, good.
B.
And not
F, A,
good.
C.
Very good. And so then you go right, F, A, and C. All natural. F major. Finally, they want our old friend C major.
Right.
C major, 3 notes.
C.
C.
E, G.
Awesome. And you go C, E, G. Okay? They give you the dots. They give you the name of the chord. This is B flat major. And they say, add the correct clef and any necessary accidentals to make each of the tonic triads, to make that tonic triad. Do not use key signature again. So if you need sharps or flats, you put them in the chord. You don't put them in the key signature.
Yeah.
So, this is B flat major. So the question that's got to pop in your mind is, which clef is gonna make that a B flat major chord? That's right. What do we call this? Bass clef.
Bass clef, yeah.
The bass clef. That's right. Because in the bass clef, that's B,
Yeah.
that's D, and that's F. However, what's missing?
The top, the B flat.
The flat is missing from the B. So you have to add that too. Awesome. You give it the dots. And they say that that's a minor.
Right.
Which, so again, the question that pops in your mind is, which clef makes this an A minor chord? In which clef is that A? In which clef is that C? In which clef is that E?
Bass.
Again, it's the bass clef. And now you go, okay, do I need any sharps or flats there?
You need a flat.
No, you don't. You don't.
No, it's just A minor, no.
A minor. A, C, E.
Right.
A minor. Good. That, and that. And they say it's E minor.
Yeah.
Which clef makes that an E minor chord?
Bass.
Look again. In bass clef, this is G.
Right.
This is B, and that's D.
So it's the
So G, B, D gives me a G major chord. Not the bass clef.
Can't think of the name.
Look, E minor means that that's an E.
Yeah.
In which clef is that an E?
That's an E in the. I can't think.
Treble.
Yeah. Can't think of the name. Treble clef.
Treble clef. Do I need any sharps or flats?
No.
No. I must not use key signature. Question asks, no key signature.
Yeah.
I don't need to add anything to the chord. We're fine. E minor. By the way, let me just point out that a triad in root position, a triad, will always look that way. Line, 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 or space.
Yeah.
Will always look like that. And now, again, same question, different angle. They give you flat out the chord written out, all the notes, all the sharps, everything needed, and you have to tell me which chord it is. Right? So let's see. We have that guy, and this, that, and that. You have everything you need to tell me what chord that is. What's the note at the bottom?
F.
Nah, it's in a space.
E.
E. That's E. So if that's E, in the middle I got
G.
G, And on top I got,
E,
that gives me a triad of
E,
E, major or minor?
E minor.
Very good. E minor.
Plus.
E minor. So E minor is the answer that goes on the dotted line there. Last, let's do a couple more. Now they give me, again, bass clef. And I have that, that, and that. What chord is that? What tonic triad is that?
C.
No,
No,
no, no. What's the note at the bottom?
no,
A.
yeah.
A,
C,
C sharp,
C sharp, E.
E.
So that's A minor.
C sharp.
Is A.
If it's not minor, it's major at this stage.
And
Okay? So you see, checking for the same knowledge from different angles.
yeah,
That's A major.
image.
Let's try another one here. We have treble clef and that, and that. What chord is that? What am I dealing with?
G,
D.
G,
So it's D something.
D major,
No,
D.
that's an F and that's an A.
Yeah. So it's
D minor.
D minor.
D minor. Had it been F sharp, that's D major.
D major.
That's D major. Scale of D major, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and then D. First note, third note, fifth note.
I'm trying to play.
So, if you want to work by first principle, because ideally you know the chords, ideally you know all that. You see, in a state of perfection, in a perfect world, you name the chord and a drawer opens in your mind and you have the chord right there, easily accessible. However, if there and then the information is hazy, is escaping you, you could work by first principles. And the first principle here is you have the scale clear and you pick the first, the third, and the fifth note. So for example, let's take both F major, right? You're like, oh God, which is the triad of F major? I can't remember. So you're like, okay, what's the scale? F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and then F again.
Yeah.
Right? So you go, okay, that's the first, that's the third, and that's the fifth, and that's my chord, and that's the tonic triad. Failing that, what's failing? Say the scale. Okay, I can't remember the scale either. Remember, you can work out the scale by tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So that's digging deeper one level into the first principles, which you should know
Scale.
by now. They should be solid.
Yeah.
Remember that working by first principle, it's time consuming because you have to go back to the first principles.
Yeah, yeah.
You see? So if the scale is escaping your memory,
Right.
then you go, okay, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, and now you can pick those ones.
Right.
You see, but remember that working by first principles is time consuming.
Yeah.
Ideally, you study the scales, you memorize the scales, you memorize the chords, and how do you do that? By transcribing them.
Yeah.
You transcribe them as much as you can,
Right.
say the notes out loud and possibly play them at the piano as well. So, do you want to learn the scale chord of F major? This is what you do. You write it down in both clefs. You write it down. Without a key signature, so you go F. You look it in the book and you go F, G, A, B flat. Name them out loud. C, D, E, F. Look them in the book. Transcribe note by note. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. You transcribe them from the book and you name them out loud and you play them at the piano. And possibly you hum them as well. F, F. Right at the break. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. And you do the same in the bass clef.
Yeah.
I'll do it here. G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and F. And then you take the first, the third, and the fifth note, and you write them. And you write them. F major, without or with a key signature. Transcribe them. To transcribe things is the best way to memorize, because as a human race and species, we have been writing thousands of years. There is an established connection between this and that. There is an established now neurological connection between this and that, which isn't quite true now for typing, because we've been typing for a couple of decades. We've been writing on wax tablets, whatever, papyrus, for millennia. So transcribe and you learn.